So, did you get in one of those bubble wrap balls in New Zealand?
No, those weren't a thing back then. Otherwise, I totally would have done it.
Fucking Opie, can't stop watching the Travel Channel at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They look
the
cool,
guy traveled
though.
the whole world. Like, did you ever go on a Ferris wheel? I saw it on World's Craziest Ferris Wheels on Discovery Channel. Jesus.
How did this turn?
You're going to glass bottom boat in the Bahamas?
Do I have to remind you that you hated this guy 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, but the September 11th thing, it kind of, now I'm with Lee.
And now it's 2 against 1.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Lee.
Do we have a video of Ashley Graham looking at her Barbie doll?
In the video, she requested that the thighs of the Barbie touch.
Because hers do.
Yeah.
So she wants to be accurate. So they left they left some room in there.
And they have to smell like cottage cheese.
So this Barbie, when she wears her corduroys, cannot start a forest fire.
I was trying to think of something too there.
I'm sorry, I was too busy.
No, it's
I was
fine.
too busy doing my own horrible joke.
Mine was pretty good.
All right, let's see the big reveal. How does she react to her Barbie?
With a cake.
Red velvet cake not included.
There you go.
Bolivia, I was trying to go to and finish it in March of 2011, but they made it a no-fly zone. Gaddafi was on the run. The rebel insurgency was going on. So
And you decided this is the time to go there.
So I
Fucking when you got miles, you got to do it, bro. I'm with you, bro.
Miles bring the world.
When my miles click in, I'm like, wait a second. I can go to a coach to here or Libya first class. We're going to Libya.
So check this out, though. So, I go home.
Put on your flak jackets.
And now she's looking to see if she has a pussy?
Thighs are touching.
Oh, okay. She looked up the
They're
skirt.
applauding that.
Got her.
Right.
Yay!
I think it gives the wrong message.
I think some of the stuff you got to be really careful. It makes it easy not to take care of yourself.
If you're,
As it's more and more acceptable, then you don't do the right thing and try to maybe drop a few pounds for your own health.
And then my health insurance goes up $5,000 a year, like you just did.
We get so obese that you're paying for an obese
I'm paying
culture.
for everything.
is
I'm
what
paying
you're
for
saying.
obese. I'm paying for fucking Affordable Care Act. It went up $5,000 a year. But that's besides the point.
You made it the point.
Good point. Your point was a good point that I made, but I was using it as an example.
You can't say that's beside the point if you brought up the point.
Okay, we get that point.
That always has drove me nuts.
But I'm the voice of reason here. I'm not being.
Vic should have said.
I'm lost again.
It's 300 miles from the border with Libya, right? So I get there. I don't speak 2 words of Arabic. I speak 2 words of Arabic. That's it. And so I find this guy wearing
What words? C4? What do you? C4? C4? That way?
I just don't find that sexy. She's got a nice face. She's in a leopard skin bikini here.
I kind of think that's sexy.
They even put her on a shitty.
I do.
They put her on a shitty beach.
Fine.
Even. Look how shitty the beach is.
Yeah, the Sandy Hook.
She's far away from the water because they don't want anyone to be confused. They try to roll her back in.
It may not even be a
you
beach.
can't even see the water.
It may not be a beach. It may be just somebody's did a tiki bar in their backyard.
So the reason the Chinese moved the cigarettes through Libya instead of Egypt because there was no government, so they didn't have to pay the tariff. Tariffs are kind of a big deal here. And
no tiki, no laundry.
Right. So all of a sudden they didn't want to pay. All of a sudden a firefight breaks out, and I'm about 30 feet away, and my car gets hit 3 times, and I'm in the back of this minivan with 2 Arab guys who I've never met in my life. And I'm like, fucking go, back up. And the guy jams on the reverse, hits the car behind him, peels out in the desert 3/4 of a mile, and then we're just standing there, just watching this firefight. And all of a sudden, it stops, and there's a bunch of dead people. 3 hours later, the guy goes, "Okay, I think we can cross now." And I was like, "Okay." So we go back to the thing. We're in line, and then he goes, "Give me your passport." So I give him my passport, right?
And it says Jason Bourne on it.
Indeed, it does. So the guy,
who are you, Mr. Bourne?
I don't know if you saw the guy standing on the stairs at Ohio State at the Student Union. He had a megaphone and was talking about no violence, and some guy comes barreling down the steps and just tackles him, throws him to the ground.
Wow. I haven't seen that yet.
Everybody says this had to be a Trump supporter. It turns out the guy's a registered Democrat who was just pissed that his studying was getting interrupted.
Wow. We just saw the video.
Love it.
So the guy turns to me. The guy's name is Hussein, by the way. And
Jesus Christ, the president.
The guy turns to me and he goes, "Here's the deal." He goes, "You're a dentist." I was like, "What do you mean I'm a dentist? I'm not a dentist." He goes, "Shut up. Just say you're a dentist. Say you're a humanitarian dentist coming into Libya to do free dental work." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, don't worry, you have straight white teeth, so they'll believe you. And he goes, so just smile when the guy looks at you. And I go, okay. So the guy, he gives him my passport when we get up there. Keep in mind, there's like 10 dead people about 40 feet from me. And he just takes the passport, he looks at me, and he just goes, and I go, yeah. And then he goes, welcome to Libya. And they stamp my passport, and then I was fucking in.
What the full-blown Jason Bourne.
CIA.
Yeah.
Trying to get Rich in to play a round of golf at DuPont, and he's never around.
Well, you know what's funny? I was just going to.
Why would you play golf with Stumpbrain? He told me you don't want to play with him.
I'm right now just getting out of the Shanks. I shot in the 80s last week twice. But driving to Delaware from Jersey just to play golf, if I was down there, I would play with you in a second. I'm in Philly in January.
It's not that far.
Oh, really?
Delaware? It's like a 3-iron. You know what that is?
Yeah. Yes. What I like to hit you in the head with. Okay? Because I'm not driving to Delaware to play. Yes. If I was in Philly, I would play with him in a second.
God, whatever.
You brought it up, fuckface.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be a 10-second thing.
I didn't know we had time.
I've been in 193 countries. Firefight. I'm a dentist.
Can you stamp my passport, please, sir? I need
What's up,
that
Fletch?
record.
What's up, Fletch?
And always make sure to get your passport stamped, by the way.
Oh, yes, sir, CIA, sir.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
How long were you in Libya?
For like
Until the mission was
2.5
accomplished.
I was on the way to Benghazi.
Until
but
they
then,
dragged Gaddafi out of that pipe.
Well, what happened was I had to wait for 2 days to clear customs with Gaddafi's head in a bag.
So the people that are against Trump and they're protesting, they're now wearing diaper pins.
Yeah, well, the best thing I've heard is an Iowa lawmaker is proposing a law, and it's called the Suck It Up Buttercup Law. This is so great. Any school that canceled classes, allowed students to walk out, or arranged for crying rooms, they'll figure out how much money they wasted, and they're going to triple it and subtract it from next year's budget.
Wow.
So the Suck It Up Buttercup bill is already in process in Iowa.
So how long were you there? I wasn't listening.
About 2.5 days.
2.5 days.
Yeah, that's enough to
Were
kill
you
somebody.
scared shitless?
No, he's a fucking trained CIA operative. Look at the size of him.
He's cold-blooded.
Does he look, honestly, look at the size of this dude. He's in perfect shape.
Right.
He's from Cleveland. Perfect. No one's going to check. They don't even have paper in Cleveland. Like, they just got paper like 5 years ago, right?
Wow.
And he's got a French bulldog that probably, his wife was an operative. She was killed. And now he kept the dog. You watch Brad Pitt movies. Fucking the Joneses and shit. They had the same dog.
When someone is getting mugged, what I do, which most people do, you look around and hope that someone, goes first.
Yeah, well.
And then you're like, all right, they're taking care. Am I lying?
No, but
you're just revealing how you would react.
I think I'm talking for most human beings. You look around like, oh, fuck me.
What do you do in Libya for the 2.5 days? What do you tell the public?
It's mostly old ladies when they fall on the off the curb, and you're like, man, if I help her, that's going to be a good hour waiting for the paramedics and stuff.
I would
so
help
you
an old
debate it
lady.
in your head, and then next thing you know, it's usually a middle-aged woman runs to her aid, and then you're like, okay, I'm off the hook.
Yeah, but if you were single and helped that old lady...
I'm still there. I'm still there if she needs me, but I'm not going to be the first to run into the situation.
That's the New Yorker in you. That's all.
Yeah,
right.
I think most people think that way. I'm sorry.
No,
out in America, no. Here, yes. Here, I've got to catch my train. Oh, somebody else will get it. Oh, they just did. I'm in the cab gone. Out. I'm with you. But if you go out to the heartland, a lot of people will help you.
Look, the other day,
I'm not running away, but I'm waiting a breath or two.
Of course.
Yes.
Bro, when this goes out, when this podcast goes out, everyone's going to be like, Lee's a full-blown Jason
I am
Bourne.
not an arms dealer. However, I did once have my asshole searched in Israel because they thought I was a drug mule because I had Iran and Afghanistan and all these
How
stamps
does the
in my
CIA get
passport.
money? Cocaine!
No joke. A 19-year-old kid with an Uzi pulls me out of the customs line, brings me in the
wanted
back,
to see your
tells me to take my
asshole.
clothes off, bend over, and spread my ass. I swear to God, that really happened.
Did he put a finger in?
No, thank God, but I was trying to fart. It just wouldn't work. It's hard to do it on demand.
What blocked the fart? The microfilm that you had in there? Yeah, the plans for the new X-Wing fighter in there.
I take the thermostat off, put 2 new batteries in, it kicks in. That easy. But the regular person in life who doesn't know a heating and air guy would have had somebody come in and spend $100 or $200 for him to change batteries.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame that guy. Because if you're not smart enough to see if it needs batteries, then fuck it.
But who would even think the thermostat on the
wall? A couple
wall?
hundred from that person. Yeah. I would put all my tools all over the floor near the furnace. I'm working on it, and I think I could get you up and running in an hour or two. And then you'd be like, oh, thank God, I'm going to have heat in an hour
and then when he walks away,
then you're checking your phone, whatever. Yep, I think I got it figured out. And then sneak the batteries in, and yeah, sure, charge you $200.
Yeah, I can't say what I know.
This is actually a very
let me just put it this way: I know a CIA guy, even though he officially hasn't told us he's CIA.
I know, but you probably know like
no
a CIA.
doubt.
But if you know a CIA guy, you probably know like the guy that does like the book work there and shit. Like you know, like the one with the glasses, like the friend of Superman.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to oversell it, but this guy is so.
He's like he handles like the carpool. Like, did you rent that at Avis last week, Gary? It's come back with bullets. Like that's your friend.
Would you go out like that? Would that be okay with you?
What?
If somebody just all of a sudden, just one day you were standing there and somebody shoved you in front of the train?
Who the fuck would be okay with that?
If you're dead. I'm saying you're dead. I'm not saying that you're 1 minute you're there, the next minute you're gone. Would that be an okay for you to go?
You wouldn't even know.
I'm saying you don't even know. Bam! You're dead. Your last thought might be who's pushing me.
And the first thing you see the first thing you see is Patrick Swayze on the train, and.
I can't wait. I'm going to start dropping your name like around. I know really shady people. I could probably, if you give me an hour, I could bring you a white brand new baby. Like I'm going to walk around and be like, do you know Lee? How you know Lee? How you know Traveling Lee?
If that's his real name, right?
I'm not Chinese for the record with that little accent you're doing there.
It could be a skin suit. I don't know, bro. CIA's got a lot of money.
It's just guys being idiots.
Right. That's what we were doing. I was in the ninth grade.
Idiotic behavior.
I was in the ninth grade.
Okay.
Exactly.
And they do it in college.
You made it to ninth?
I did. That's called my senior year.
You guys ever watch The Wire?
Yeah,
like
man.
Best show ever made. So
of
remember,
course.
McNulty?
Yeah.
So I was down in Antarctica with Dominic West, the guy who played McNulty.
Sure.
Some guy named Alexander Skarsgård, who I don't know what he does, but he's on some show, and a guy called Prince Harry, who you might have heard of. He just got married. So I was down in Antarctica with all these three guys, right? And
wait, you hang out with with Prince Harry?
He doesn't hang out with them all, but listen.
He's not hanging out. It's fucking. He went to meet his friend from Scotland Yard.
He's talking about security.
The Harvard's men's soccer team wasn't alone in circulating sexually explicit ratings of female students. The college's men's cross-country team also built spreadsheets assessing women based on their looks.
You know how fucked up? Who's got to suffer, really? The parent knowing that his daughter only got a 2.
Okay. You can flip that and find out.
You know.
So she's trying to tell him about the story, and he's like, well, what'd you get?
Right.
You know,
what'd you get anyway? What'd you get anyway?
I would be devastated if my daughters didn't get 7 or above.
You know that Queen Elizabeth doesn't have anything in that dumb purse of hers?
What do you mean? What does she need? It's not like she needs money.
But she walks around and with that stupid purse, and it came out that she has nothing in it.
What do you think LeBron had in his the other day when he was walking down with the shorts?
Did you see how much that was?
What?
That purse was $60,000.
What? I think that's reasonable.
What LeBron was carrying
It looked
around?
like a bowling ball bag.
Look it up. 60 G's.
He deserves every dollar he gets. He plays by himself against 30 other fucking people every day.
God,
60 grand on a purse.
Gladiator.
Come on, bro.
It's still gay.
It's the same sorority used to win the intramural football championship every year because we had girls flag football, and this same sorority used to win, and they won because they were bigger and stronger and more powerful than everybody else.
Right.
And we had a little nickname. They were Gamma Phi something, and it turned into this. You know.
Well, that's the problem is them playing football, not cheerleading. Okay, that's the problem. The fact that you let them play football at your school, you know what I mean? How are they going to grow up? They're going to grow up to think that they don't have to cook dinner after a husband plays golf. They're going to grow up with that mindset.
I knew you were going down this road. I knew it was going.
They're not going to go with the mindset to have dinner, drop a baby on the floor, and clean up.
That's right, exactly. Right, and then go outside and work the garden.
There's nothing wrong with that. And chop some wood.
Sew some
You're
clothes.
a big gal.
Sew some clothes. Turn some butter. Let's go.
Right.
Snap, snap. We got dogs to birth.
Oh, by the way, there's nothing wrong with the gi, but that's just weird, man. Not many guys can pull the purse off.
I'll wear a purse. I like them. They're
You're
handy.
gonna wear
they hold
a
a lot of
purse?
stuff. My wife had everything in there, including my divorce papers.
Oh, boy.
Let me tell you 2 stories real quick. One story.
How about one?
Comedy.
How about one?
2. No, they're good. He'll like it.
How was the North and South Pole?
was awesome, man.
It's boring though, right? There's
Nah, man, it was tremendous. Actually, it was it was cold as fuck, as you might imagine. It was minus 63 at the south and about minus 30 at the north.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
For real?
Yeah.
You're bored?
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah, I
Look
was
how
not.
pissed off she is. She is livid.
Yes.
Now the parents.
No, he didn't.
Right. Oh, she wants to get a few things off her chest.
Such white trash down there.
But I thrive in white trash. I thrive because
You excel at white trash.
Oh, white trash loves me because I'm Latin. You know what I mean? But I don't take it serious. Like, I'm not one of these people that like racism. I call it, so they get so comfortable with me. They can try their spit jokes on me and stuff.
I'm with you. When I went to Vegas, you go 1 or 2 blocks off the strip, and that's where it's happening. If you want to watch people, it's scary.
Dude, it was.
It's pretty scary, but it's real life people.
I love Golden Nugget. I mean, you could literally. I sit at the penny slots and just buy shit off of people. Like, I say yes to everything. Guys like plutonium. I'm like, how much?
Just because you can.
Like, what did you buy? I'm like, dirty bomb.
If you want to make fun of something, I'm Puerto Rican, so maybe I could pretend to be angry, I guess.
Jesus was Puerto Rican. Yeah, because I read in the Bible it said Jesus would come back like a thief in the night. That's one of my oldest.
I know it is.
But you go to Turkey and Greece, and they just want you to buy a fucking rug.
It's funny. I heard a
You're on these tour groups.
That was funny.
You're on these tour groups, and you think they're showing you some amazing history, and they sit you down, and then next thing you know, this is like QVC. They're just,
my problem.
And Opie has that wealthy white face of disapproval. Imagine the scowl on Opie's face walking through a symbol, like talking to Lindsay, like with that little white rich whisper. Fucking people with their rugs.
Well, we're talking about teachers, and this is a story. Yeah, last year, you know how you go in for a conference with your. And my wife got mad because I said to her teacher, my daughter, I go, my daughter's in the school play, she has no lines. Why is she not like lead or co-star? Why is she like a fucking tree? And my wife got mad that I brought up that my daughter should be the lead in the school play.
Who beat her out for Shrub?
Hydrangea number 3.
I don't know.
What's your website where people could see this stuff?
It's just my name, LeeAbamonte.com.
That's crazy.
.gov.
On par.
.cia.
Kabul. Golf course.
State Department. So, tell me about that day in Benghazi when you were golfing when we lost the ambassador.
No kidding.
On the 12th hour.
But did she try out or wanted more from this?
They get
this play?
appointed. They don't try out when you're that young. High school, you try out.
I get
He's
that.
just doing the proud daddy thing. Going,
Yeah,
you're really doing Snow White, and she's not Snow White.
Right.
Come on,
Yeah.
we know. And I mean, that's easy. That's proud.
Every parent
And I
thinks
don't
their
call it
daughter should be
correct.
Snow
Sure,
White, though,
sure.
and that's the nightmare they have to deal
And
with.
I don't even call her Snow White. I call her Snow Supremium Race.
When I was in India, number one,
You got the shits?
yes, and it feels like everyone else did too. Because
Tough to
the
avoid.
level of cleanliness was difficult for me to deal with on the streets, right? Because me, I'm with a bunch of chefs. And I was like, let's go eat street food, and I'm with like the hardest core chefs. And like 5 minutes in, we're like, get me back to the fucking Ritz Carlton.
You mean because human beings just take their pants down to shit on the street?
Shit on the street.
Yeah.
But can you please vouch how aggressive the monkeys are there? Monkeys come out of nowhere and drop kick people like it's unfucking believable. Is this true or no?
I mean, I never got
True.
drop kicked by a monkey, but
Well, not you. I mean, you're in full battle for
there are a lot of animals on the streets.
You should have worn an AR-15. Me, I'm walking around with a Nikon and fucking zinc on my nose.
Hey, here's my problem, okay? I'm tired of being called a racist and a sexist and a homophobe.
Then take the Confederate flag off your car.
I was just talking about this the other day. This was with my ex, so I have no proof I ever went to Turkey or fucking Greece. I don't have one picture.
I believe you. Who cares? Why would you lie about
I
that shit?
want a picture of me
We
at
get
the
it.
Parthenon. It was with my ex, and when that broke up, she took all my pictures. I don't have the pictures.
I got
Wait, so you were yelling at him about giving up his
changed passwords, but you didn't keep your
Right?
fucking pictures.
You know what?
Come on.
Thanks, operatively.
At least I was smart enough not to marry her like someone else at this table.
I got suckered.
Voss has this thing. Every time he has a good line on the radio show, he goes right to his Twitter. I'm like, give him time. Give him time.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
No, he won't. He'll just wait and see if anyone comments on
Wait,
his
see,
great
this
line.
is mean. Did you really compare adoption
See?
to a rescue dog on World Adoption Day? You unfunny, lispy Sylvester the Cat piece of shit.
And then I got in a lot of trouble because I swapped the diamond out in the ring and she caught me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So we got married out of this giant rock.
Right.
And
Did you really do that?
Yes, I did. You know, my old Brooklyn boys. He's like, hey, cuz, that's some serious hardware. You got that girl over there. He goes, I got to tell you, I love you. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her, and I don't want to throw her. I'm like, all right. He goes, swap it out, cuz. I got a guy on 47th Street. I did this whole scam. I said, oh, let's go get it appraised.
Right.
So we went, and then the guy wasn't appraising. He was taking the measurements. Jason Bourne shit right here.
Replaced with some cubic zirconia.
And he was like, you know, I mean, this guy had like 3 gold molars. He was perfect. He's like, oh, what a beautiful ring, right? So I'm like, all right. So he does the whole thing. And I said, he goes, this is when I knew the guy was hardcore. He looks at me and goes, Cuban, do you want us to do a fake platinum setting too? We have lead. We can, it'll be the same weight. You won't feel a thing. I said, do it all.
Wow.
Dude, those Hasidics that work in the Diamond District, man, there's nothing they haven't seen. It probably didn't even faze him, man.
He was talking to me like I was buying gum at a gum store. Like, I was really the 9th person that did this that day, right? So we did that, and then I swapped the ring out, and then I took the other ring. And the only reason I took it was because the day that we got married, we were taking remember I told you the story, we were taking the pictures. She spent like $30,000 on the photographer, and she never developed the pictures. Well, that day I forgot to go to one picture, and she screamed at me in her wedding dress, I want a divorce. Yeah. And that's when I was like, swapping a ring.
So you swapped the whole thing out? Of course.
Swapped the whole thing
But
out.
she's going to know. You should have just taken
She
the
didn't
diamond
know
out.
for like a year and a half.
After you were divorced?
No.
You were still married and you swapped the diamond?
Yeah, cuz. Well, why would I do it after I was married? That would make me a cat burglar.
It's illegally.
That would make me a cat burglar.
Boss before made up the word supremium. And
No, I never said that. I'm reading this. Is this Kevin? I never.
You said the word supremium race. That's not a word.
I said superior. You fucking
No,
idiot.
I thought you said supreme. I didn't hear you say supreme.
You said supremium.
Did he? Okay.
No.
All right.
I heard supreme in there.
You're right. I did too. I heard supreme.
I probably try to say superior or supreme.
And it came out supremium.
Maybe I did, but
I think so.
Okay, so you got the fucking joke. Oh, look, he messed up a word. Let me call.
Yeah, stupid words.
Let me fucking.
60 grand.
Right.
And I was just like, and she's like, you fat midget piece of shit. Well,
I think they
is that
want us
Marie?
to leave.
Marie's coming. I'm fucking
60
terrified right now.
grand on a ring. Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, she was that kind of girl. Yeah.
Wow.
She liked that. She was like a barracuda. Anything shiny, she'll bite. You know what I mean? But
Looks like we
Anthony.
got ourselves a reader.
Yeah. Look at that. He messed up a word. I got the fucking laugh, fuckface.
What you reading for?
What people don't know is sometimes Voss pretends he's a combination of Jesse Jackson and George W. Bush, and he'll just make up a word like supremium.
Yeah. But I meant to say superior or supreme.
I know.
Like the Philippine girls?
you like Filipino girls?
He likes the Asians.
You like to feel big, huh?
Yeah,
Mike. Yeah, the way to make yourself bigger is get smaller.
Lee and I met up. Yeah, no, obviously. I'm an embarrassment.
So
I like supremium. I like supremium.
maybe it is a word in other countries. You don't know. You don't know every country's language.
Don't check your Twitter.
Don't check your
Twitter.
I don't. Because
That
I
one
read
works.
somebody
That
else said I
works.
said supremium.
Stop checking your Twitter.
That's funny.
It was an accident.
That's funny.
I was in Asia for a month. I'm like, amazing girls. He's like, yeah. But the Asian girls, for me, that's it. I did like 3 weeks in Asia.
Where were you? Where were you in Asia? What part of New Jersey?
I was on Mountain Canal.
Bayonne, right?
He went to the nail place to get his manicure.
Exactly. Mike's like, fucking Asia's kicking ass, bro.
He took a subway to China.
Probably the worst was getting shaken down consistently in Nigeria and ended up having to leave the country early. I mean, you might have heard there's some scams that come out of that country.
You think?
And
that's where that prince is that's trying to get all his money changed.
so much money. You have a relative there too? So let me just say this:
I'll call the cops on your dog
How many
at the
times
dog
in your
park.
life have you gone to an ATM and gotten the wrong amount of money? Like never, right?
Zero.
Never happened.
No.
So me and my friend were there for 2 days. 3 times in 2 days, we each go to the ATM. 3 times in 2 days, we get the wrong amount of money at the ATM. And let's say I was asking for
In a good way or a bad way?
No, let's
It's
say I was
always a
asking-
bad way.
Let's say I was asking for
Well, I would
$100, right?
assume.
It wasn't like I got $99. I got like 6. Okay. So
I love Nigeria. The balls on Nigeria.
Coming from a third world, coming from both my parents.
Were you actually born in Cuba or you were
No, I
American?
was born here, but I didn't know I was here. I sounded like Scarface till I was like 14 years old.
Tony Montana.
They're like, what color is that? I'm like, jello. Like I'm hitting on girls, like, let me see your titty. I'm like, Carl, it's first communion.
Can you do that? Can you do that tongue thing like Stephen Bauer?
I had a full-blown beard just like this and a fake ID at 7. Jesus. I had 9 birth certificates. I was born in all the months.
We've always been great. I never liked the slogan. I don't like that. I never, from the get-go, I never liked the goddamn slogan for reasons you just said. We are great. We've always been great.
What, make America great?
Yeah, make it great again. We were never not great.
Well,
Now, fuck you. I don't believe it.
Really? We were never not great? I mean, I love.
As long as I've been alive, we've been great.
No, I mean, we've had a.
I didn't say we were perfect.
In
I
our
didn't say
lifetime, we've maybe had a couple lulls, but in general,
Sure.
we've had.
I didn't say we were
a
perfect.
great country.
Certainly, that's what I mean. We are not. We are not.
Give
We are
me
infallible.
one time
we are
where
not
it wasn't
perfect.
great
Right.
in your
It's great.
lifetime.
Right.
when it wasn't great.
Even
my first marriage.
That's not America's fault.
No.
Even the Depression was great. Hey.
No, but in our lifetime, when wasn't it not so great?
I don't know.
You know, there's been turmoil and there's been wars and there's been all kinds of bad things that have happened, but we rally and get better and roll right along. We've never not been great. 80 jillion people are clamoring to get in here 24/7.
Right.
24/7.
Yes, it's great.
You know, I had barbecue for breakfast 3 days last week. Yeah, you know, in Nebraska. As Stunt Brain pointed out a few weeks ago, within 2 or 3 days, you had the 50th anniversary of the Country Music Awards, the Country Music Association, and then the Cubs won the goddamn World Series.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Super Bowl's coming. We're fine. We're fat. We're overweight. We've got guns. We're amazing.
Somebody that loved the Cubs and Trump. This is their year. Can you imagine if you were a Cubs fan and a Trump fan?
The ultimate combo.
Can you boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo.